This is an AC Cobra 289. Another wonderful design by Jonathan Elliott, whose page I will leave a link to in the description, where you can check out all of his other excellent builds. This is another vehicle that I made for my city, and you may have seen it in a few of my previous videos. Today I thought I'd share with you my interpretation and talk a little bit about the design and some of the techniques that I used to construct it. This is a 6 wide vehicle, which makes it a little bit smaller than some of my 7 wide vehicles that I have in my city at the moment. However, that is very fitting, as this old style of car is a little bit smaller than some of the modern designs that you can expect to see today, so it actually makes it quite proportional. A variety of different size slopes fully utilises those 6 studs, creating this gorgeous shape throughout the entire build. They are absolutely everywhere. If you look on the bonnet, you can see that there's a couple of cheese slopes that brings up the section where I imagine the engine would be, and then there's a 4 stud long slope which curves it all the way down to the front of the car. And just besides the cheese slopes, you can actually see that there are some modified plates here with the pinhole, which acts as a perfect spot to add the headlights, but it also nicely rounds off the front of the car, which stops it from looking really boxy. And then as you make your way to the back, there are a few more slopes which make up the boot. My favourite use of these slopes, however, is along the sides, where they create this gradual curve that carries underneath the vehicle and perfectly captures how the original Cobra looked. The construction of this, however, wasn't 100% simple. Despite the seemingly basic undercarriage of the vehicle, you can see that the brackets used to fit these on are actually offset by half a stud. And this just positions it in between the 2 wheels perfectly so that it carries the shape of the wheel guards down into this section really elegantly. And one other interesting thing you can see here underneath the car is the modified plates towards the front of the car, which have the rounded corners, which helps remove those sharp edges that you would otherwise get on the bottom of the car. Speaking of wheel guards, there is actually another one used at the very front of the car, which is just above the grille. And as we look towards the interior, you'll notice that there isn't actually a windscreen. It's been replaced with this technique over here to try and help capture the original shape more accurately. There's just a couple of those silver droid arms to make up the sides, and then a simple 4 long bar to make up the top of it, and it does a pretty convincing job from a distance. As for the seating, you can see that it's pretty simple, but I really like that it's made up of these 1x1 cheese slopes, because the lines between them and the rounded edges create that tufted look that you see so many times on furniture designs. As for the rest, there's a small steering wheel squeezed underneath the windshield, as there isn't a lot of room in here. The detail on the side of the car, which make up those 2 little holes, is actually the side of a 1x2 grille. And the wheels are the standard Speed Champions wheels, which you would have seen in some of my other vehicles. And so that is the AC Cobra. It's a really cute little car, and it does look wonderful in my city. I certainly encourage anybody who has these parts to try and make one of these, and also play around with a couple of different colours as well. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the description, but that's going to do it for today's video, so I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.